Last month, there was this forwarded message going around on WhatsApp. Wow, 31st August dissolved parliament. 10 September nomination day. 21st September election. Teachers already received notice. Today is 21st September. There's no election I'm Rachel, and today I'm going to give you a quick 101 guide on Singapore's general elections and how it all happens. The general elections are held so that we can vote for the people we want to lead Singapore. And the 2015 G was pretty memorable.
Thumbs up, man!
And send vote for the Reform Party. Vote for Han Hui Hui.
Thank you very much.
We'll find you good job. We will take care of you when you are old. Because this is what PAP promises.
Vote PAP!
Own self! Check own self!
Obviously, we all know the outcome of it.
Yes, Singaporeans get the government they deserve, so I don't want to hear any more complaints.
But how do the elections even happen? Is it whenever the boss feels like it? Technically, yes but there's a whole less procedure involved.
If we haven't started getting excited, then either it's not about to come or we haven't heard the news yet.
First, there are some quick rules. Our parliament has a term of 5 years, but it can be dissolved at any time before the 5-year term expires. So this dissolving of parliament thing can be done by the president at the advice of the prime minister. So the G must be held within 3 months of the dissolution of parliament. So therefore, the next G must be held by 15 January 2021.
Quick maths!
But the elections have happened before the 5-year mark.
There have been general elections called less than 4 years into the term. There have also been occasions when we have stretched it to the utmost limit and we went to 5 years and a little bit beyond.
So it happened between now and 2021. But how does an election get called? The Electoral Boundaries Review Committee has to come together. Which happened already about 2 weeks ago, which means the countdown has started. Basically, this committee recommends how electoral divisions should be drawn and the number of seats in each constituency. So some might even call it gerrymander.
Hey! Cut.
So how the committee, which is made up of these people appointed by PM Lee, decides on the electoral map is dependent on where the voters live and how this has changed from the last election. For the upcoming election, there will be nearly 2.6 million eligible voters. That's 80,000 more people than it was in 2015. And from April 2015 to April 2018, there have been about 80,500 new HDB units that have been built. And of course, the committee needs to ensure even distribution of voters among polling districts. And another consideration for them is the size of the GRCs. And this time, the committee has been instructed by PM Lee to reduce the average size of GRCs and increase the number of SMCs. Okay, wait. What are GRCs? So GRCs are constituencies with 4, 5 or 6 MPs contesting together against another team. And what are SMCs? One candidate slapping the other candidate if the MP goes off course. In 2015, the EBRC recommended that each MP should represent between 20,000 to 37,000 voters. But how are new GRCs formed? For instance, we have Marsiling UT, which was newly set up in 2015. So previously, Marsiling and UT were both part of Sembawang and Choa Chu Kang GRCs respectively. So that was because there was an increase in new housing in UT, therefore more people, and therefore the need to split the two GRCs so there's even distribution. And so this committee is usually set up months before a GE happens. So in 2015, for the September election, PM Lee announced that the EBRC will be formed in July. So that's about 2 months in advance. Which means that if the EBRC has already been set up this month, it could be about 2 to 7 more months for them to release their report on the new electoral boundaries. That's why a 21st September election is technically not possible. And after the boundaries are set, the president will dissolve the parliament. She has to submit this thing called the writ of election to the returning officer, who will be the overall in charge for the elections. And here's our favourite RO.
Pursuant to Section 49, Subsection 7E, Paragraph A of the Parliamentary Elections Act.
After that comes Nomination Day. So it's the day where all the politicians and politician wannabes go there and say, Haro, I want to stand in erection. Here is my deposit. If I don't get back, I will not cry.
Why you hope to actually join this election this year?
Because I hope to be elected.
And after Nomination Day, that's where the fun starts. Because it's campaigning. Yup, this is where you attend rallies, see a shitload of banners around your neighborhood, and hear a lot of campaigning bands. So festive. So they can campaign from the close of nomination day to 1 day before polling day, which is cooling off day. Sometimes, just sometimes, the candidates go the extra mile. And finally, the day you've been waiting for, polling day, which is a holiday by the way. Because voting is compulsory if you're 21 years old and above. Do you know what this means? Oh my god. This means that if elections happen in 2021, the kids born in 2000, right, can vote already. And before the official results are released, a sample count will be announced first. It's an early indication of what the official results will look like, and it proved to be surprisingly accurate in GE 2015. And after that, the official results will be announced, and that's basically it lah. So this year, with all the attention on the veterans, we're actually voting for the new bosses to take over. Well, vote wisely. We're all voting for a change, whether we like it or not. Quite exciting, right?